really crazy big range. So this gives you a lot of comfort. Hi everybody, set and forget L.E.A.P.S formula. We are not going to talk about the strategy. We are going to talk about the formula. Before I start talking about the formula, number one thing which you must notice that L.E.A.P.S are for people who don't want to do a lot of adjustments. Because your range is so big, you do not enter a lot many times. Your brokerage is lowest. And point number three, if you are really busy and market spikes, market going 100 points in 5 minutes, if these kind of things really bother you, there is only one solution, and that is L.E.A.P.S. As you know, I walk the talk, so I'm gonna explain you more in deep. It's gonna be very interesting. My side of story when you look at L.E.A.P.S. Now, before I start talking about it, let me remove this roadblock in front of you. That is the number one mistake when you trade L.E.A.P.S. So here we are on an option chain right now. What you see is that currently Nifty is trading approximately 24,487, which automatically makes 24,500 as at the money pricing. So if I tell you to short 24,500, straddle, the natural selection of the strike is going to be this one, 24,500. Why? Because this is where market is trading at the moment. Even if you have to trade the next month, it will be somewhere around closer, 24,500. Even when you short the next month, your at the money is going to be approximately same. Why? Because market is trading around 24,500. This is the number one mistake, in fact, a total killer when you trade L.E.A.P.S. Because when you trade L.E.A.P.S, things are very different. Now, I want to show you an example. This is the price of the future. Pause here and have a look at this very carefully. August is trading at approximately 24,550. September is trading at 24,691, higher than August. And October is trading even higher, which is 24,805.3. That means the future, which is only available for 3 months, month by month, there is a lot of difference between the futures. That means if you have to short maybe December, maybe March 2026, this pricing is not to be considered because every month the premium of future is getting higher and higher and higher. And as per the rule, besides certain conditions, and on expiry day, the monthly expiry, the future becomes spot. Right now what you see is that August is trading at this much premium, September, October. So naturally, when you're trading an option which is really further out, 6 months out, probably 1 year out, that will have even bigger and fatter premium, which is expected to become equal to spot on the expiry day. I'm gonna come back on this point in a matter of few minutes, and I'm gonna tell you something special. This is an option chain which you see 28th of August. We are interested on a L.E.A.P option which is really further out, so definitely not December. The next available is 31st of March. This is what we select, and this is where we have to short option. Now before you ask me, March is so further out, March will have liquidity issue, that's what you think. Let me show you. This is an option chain of March 26, really further out in time. And here what you see, that liquidity is not an issue. The last time you opened a March option chain to figure this one out, don't worry, I'm here with you. I know your blind spots and I'm going to remove it. Now let's go back to our simulator, which is this, which is March here. Now, as per the definition of at the money, we should be shorting 25,000, right? If you can have a look here, right? Now 25,000, the call is trading at 1159 and the put is trading at 729. This cannot be at the money because at the money, the call and the put options are somewhere around equal. So we call it at the money. Now the problem is that we do not have the future of March 26. So how do we figure out? We obviously cannot do a fluke, right? There has to be a proper concrete method. Problem is, how do we figure out where exactly it is? So let's go to the next strike. And what you see over here is that 26,000 strike is trading at 663. But here, The put is trading at 1100. So again, this also cannot be, right? That means the March future, which is not trading as of now in the market, must be trading in between 25 to 26,000. And how we can say it? Because 26,000 call is trading at 663. 25,000 put is trading at 726. That means these two strike are, somewhere equal premium. That means market must be approximately trading somewhere in between. Most likely market is trading around 25,400. I'm talking about March 26 if the future exists. That means if I short this call one lot and I short this 25,000 put one lot, that sort of become a straddle, right? By definition, it is a strangle, but this becomes a sort of straddle because we do not have 25,500 available with us. Now, when you do this, now you must be thinking that this is, you're shorting the leap option, etc. But no, but I'm going to tell you something even more deeper here. First things first, let me tell you, when you short this, the estimated credit which you get is more than a lakh. Now, I want you to, really have a look at this. This dotted line which you see over here, this is where the spot is. What is it? 24,485. 24,485 is the spot. The future is trading 25,500 approximately every passing month. The premium of the future is expected to go down, like I showed you here, right? Let me refresh your memory again. Understand the game plan you see here, right? What do you see? October is higher, September is lower, and August is even lower. It only means one thing, that they are following a certain pattern. After a time, the spot and future becomes approximately same, or at least the gap is going to get reduced. Now, why am I telling you this? Because we're talking about the strategy. Remember, I'm talking about the formula. I want you to start looking at options from a completely different perspective, because obviously I'm going to tell you the adjustment of it as well. How do you do it? Now here, the break even on the downside may look quite tiny to you because it's a big, huge range. I mean, let's talk about the range from 26,607 to 27,393. Really crazy big range. So this gives you a lot of comfort. Market from here, 24,485, if after 6 months, 4 months, 1 year, if market come over here approximately 25,600, that means the chance of making, forget about 1 lakh, that's an extremely high ROI. That means if spot keep on rising, now on the upside, your break even is 27,393. It's very far. Market is not even 25,000, and we are talking about the break even which is beyond 27,393. That means if market hover around here and after a few months if market start to go up, is it ringing any bell? I'm going to tell you this point with more clarity. But first, let me remove this point from your mind that you may be thinking, what if market go down and market come here? What if market becomes 22,500? Then what is going to happen? How to do the adjustment of it? I'm going to tell you this. I'm again going to throw more light on this. But when the trade starts to go down, what we can do is when market go down, obviously this massive premium of 663 will reduce pretty fast. It will have decay, which is slow, but the premium erosion is going to be fast. If market starts to go down, all one has to do is simply roll this 26,000 call to 25,000. If market again start to go down, roll out to 24,000, roll out to 23,000 as well. So basically you're bringing your strangle into straddle and then you're making it into a shortcut. You're just moving your strike. Probably you're moving it, once in 3 months if market starts to go completely against you. But I want to ask you, in long term, when market is already crashed, very high chances that market go up. If market go up, you see pretty high, big range, really high range in 1,000. Now let's talk about some more points, the VIP points which I have for you. The VIP point number 1 is if future becomes spot, as per the rule, future becomes spot at expiry, how to get free ROI. And market is expected to go up. So spot is chasing future and future is chasing spot. If you short the strike slightly more higher, let me show you. Here, instead of 26,000 call, if I move my call slightly 1,000 points up, right? That means here. That means my trade will have a really high flying breathing space, right? Now, if market come here, 79,000, which is roughly 30% of the maximum profit of my deployed capital is what I can get. Forget about 30%. Even if we make 10%, 15%, 20%, we are doing something really good, being very safe. And if market go down, we can always bring our call much down, because remember, future is chasing spot, and spot on a long term in a falling market is expected to go up. We just do not want a slight edge when we trade L.E.A.P.S. We do not want a theta decay when we trade L.E.A.P.S. We want a massive edge which has the logic inbuilt into our system. You don't want to do a lot of adjustment. You want a really low screen time. You want your break evens to be really far. But there is one link which was missing. And today I hope I filled that link. Improving on your trading should be your number one priority. Remember, it's not about hard work. It's about tricks, techniques, methods. That gives you a massive edge. I'm sure you must have learned something really strong, and if you think about it after the video, I'm sure there are going to be some gems you can get if you go a little more deeper into this. Maybe I'll make a second part of this. Who knows how many people trade L.E.A.P.S, how many people are interested to do not trade a lot but get a real lines bite out of the ROI.